Hey, what's going on, everyone? I'm Joseph Lombard, aka Into4R, and welcome to another episode of the Into4R's NASCAR Sprint Cup Race Review. Today I will be discussing the 2016 Good Sam 500 from Phoenix International Raceway. And what an exciting finish. Another exciting finish in this 2016 NASCAR Sprint Cup season. Today was between Kevin Harvick and Carl Edwards, coming down to the checker flag side by side. Second time this season that's happened where two drivers side by side for the win in a race this season. Obviously, the Daytona 500 between Denny Hamlin and Martin Truex Jr., they were side by side at the checker flag. Hamlin won the 500. Well, this was between Harvick and Edwards today. But before I talk about the finish, let's get on from the drop of the green flag at the start of the race, and then we'll get to the finish. So, great day in the desert of Arizona. Obviously, before coming into the race, the one driver you have got to watch out for, and the one driver you got to beat, is Kevin Harvick. Kevin Harvick, the last few years at Phoenix International Raceway, has been so dominant there. He's the guy to beat. You mark him as the guy to beat every time you come to Phoenix International Raceway. And before the race started earlier today, Harvick has won 4 of the last 5 Phoenix races. Obviously, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Won last year in the fall race at Phoenix due to rain, and so Harvick lost the streak then. But Kevin Harvick, like I said, the last few years he's the man to beat at Phoenix International Raceway. There's just something about Phoenix that just clicks on Harvick. Just like Jimmie Johnson at Dover in the early years, Jeff Gordon at road courses, Denny Hamlin at Pocono, Jimmie Johnson also at Auto Club Speedway also as well for a while. But Kevin Harvick, every time you go to Phoenix International Raceway, he's the man to beat. And I honestly thought Harvick was going to be beat today for this race. I mean, Kyle Busch led early on in the race after starting on the pole. Then Carl Edwards became the race leader, and then Dale Earnhardt Jr. was leading. And then Harvick basically came into the picture leading the race in the second half of the race. I mean, Harvick wasn't really dominant until the second half of the race. But you had a few drivers that could have beat Kevin Harvick today. Kyle Busch, Edwards, Dale Jr., those 3 drivers right there had cars to beat Kevin Harvick. Another thing that was involving this race today was tires, the right front tires, and the beads melting on these cars. A few drivers had that issue today. Ryan Newman melted a bead. He went straight in the wall. He brought out the first caution. Paul Menard melted a bead, went straight in the wall. Second caution. Third caution, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. melted a bead, went straight in the wall. And then Brad Keselowski, who won at Las Vegas Motor Speedway last weekend, he had momentum going into Phoenix, but Phoenix has not been a good track for Brad Keselowski in the past. And Brad Keselowski, it took him a while to get into the top 10, but then all of a sudden his right front tire blew, and I don't remember if that was also an issue with the bead as well of it melting. But Brad Keselowski blew a right rear tire while he was running in the top 10, and it just pretty much ended his day. He ended up finishing the race a few laps down. I forgot what position. I mean, I'll look at it again. But Brad Keselowski was not able to go back-to-back in the West Coast swing after he started off winning at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. So, yeah. So, anyway, and this is the second out of 3 races in the West Coast swing. Next weekend will be at Auto Club Speedway. But anyway, tires were just an issue after 50 or something laps. Like, the beads were melting on some of the drivers' race cars, and they just blew the tire and go straight in the wall, So, Ryan Newman, Paul Menard, Stenhouse, Keselowski, and Kasey Kahne as well. As a matter of fact, Kasey Kahne was the one that brought out the last caution with a few laps to go, too. So, which resulted into a green-white checker situation. But anyway, the right front tires were an issue in today's race. Let's see. Jimmie Johnson recovered really well. He finished in the top 10 after what happened in qualifying on Friday. A freak accident where his steering wheel came off. Going into turn number 2, his car went straight in the wall, and crashed. Had to go into a backup. Had to start dead last in 39th. But he did a good job coming up through the field and finishing in the top 10. He never led at all in this race, but He did a good job coming up through the field in the top 10 to finish in the top 10. Chase Elliott, another great effort. He finishes 8th at Phoenix International Raceway. Another top 10 finish for him. So I feel like Chase Elliott could get a win this year, at least one. And if not, you know, he's at least having a good start of the season. I mean, I know Las Vegas, he had a great race going, but got caught up in a wreck. But I'm telling you, Chase Elliott, he's got something. And who knows, he could get a win. I hope so. That would be pretty cool. So let's go to the final few laps. So Casey Kane blows the right front tire. He goes straight in the wall. Caution comes out with a few laps to go. So now what do you do if you're Kevin Harvick, who was the race leader at the time, and then Dale Knight Jr., who was running second? Do you come in and get at least 2 fresh tires, or do you stay out on the racetrack and take the gamble? Well, both Kevin Harvick and Dale Knight Jr. both stay out on the racetrack and on old tires. And then here comes Carl Edwards, the first one who hit pit road, and the rest of the field behind them decided to take 2 tires. No one that came down pit road took 4 tires. But everyone that came down pit road took 2 fresh tires. Now, 2 fresh tires beat no fresh tires. So Kevin Harvick and Dale Knight Jr. are on old tires coming down to this restart on this green-white checkered for 2 laps to go, for a 2-lap shootout. And Edwards is going to restart 4th. So, we're coming to the green flag. Green flag drops. 2 laps to go. Kevin Harvick on the outside. Dale Knight Jr. on the inside. Kevin Harvick gets a great restart. Dale Knight Jr. not such a great restart. Kevin Harvick gets by Dale Jr. and he's gone. But then, here comes Carl Edwards, who restarted 4th. Is behind Kevin Harvick. Edwards makes his way up to 2nd. He passes Dale Knight Jr. for 2nd. Now it's between Harvick and Edwards to the white flag. So the final lap comes along at Phoenix, and it's between Harvick and Edwards, and Harvick's got to hold off Edwards because Edwards got those 2 fresh tires and Harvick's got no fresh tires. And so the only way Edwards was going to get around Harvick is try to make a dive bomb move into turn 3 or maybe get in his back bumper. Well, going into turn number 3, coming to the checker flag, Edwards gets a great run going into turn number 3. He hits the back bumper of Harvick. Harvick goes up the racetrack. Edwards goes low to pass him. And here they come off turn number 4. They're door slamming. And I thought Edwards had the run to pass Harvick and was going to win this race. I thought Edwards had Harvick beat, but then here comes Harvick at the last moment coming down to the checker flag. Edwards one more time door slams him, but it was not enough to lose Harvick's momentum, and Kevin Harvick just edges out Carl Edwards by 1/100th of a second to once again win at Phoenix International Raceway. So now 2 races this season where it came down side by side to the checker flag. Hamlin and Truex in the Daytona 500. Hamlin won the race. And then now between Harvick and Edwards coming down to the checker flag side by side for the win at Phoenix International Raceway. The closest finish at Phoenix International Raceway ever. And like I said, Harvick just edged out Edwards once again, I should say, win at Phoenix International Raceway. That was Harvick's 8th win at Phoenix International Raceway and his 5th Phoenix win in the last 6 races. I mean, Harvick, once again, wins at Phoenix, dominant, and, you know, once again, no one can beat Harvick at Phoenix. I mean, I literally thought Edwards had him coming to the line, but then last minute, Harvick gets a run. Edwards tried to door slam him one more time, but it was just not enough to lose his momentum, and Harvick once again gets the win at Phoenix. And like I said, there were a couple drivers that could have beat Harvick. Edwards, Kyle Busch, Dale Knight Jr. Those 3 cars were the next strongest than Harvick, you know. So almost Edwards beat Harvick at Phoenix. I mean, Edwards almost ended Harvick's streak at Phoenix. So close, Edwards. But Edwards took it well, you know, losing it by that much. Edwards had a great attitude in his interview. Class act. He went to congratulate Harvick as well. Even Edwards said in his interview, I should have wrecked him. But Edwards is not a guy that he'll wreck coming down to the check flag. Except, wink wink, 2010 nationwide race at Gateway between him and Brad Keselowski. But, you know, I mean, yes, Edwards did door slam him and everything, but I don't think Edwards want to wreck him to the checkered flag to win a race, you know. But anyway, an exciting finish today at Phoenix International Raceway. The closest finish at Phoenix as well. So 2 races this season has also margin the closest finish in history. Daytona 500 history, the closest finish there, and then now at Phoenix, closest finish at Phoenix International Raceway. So far this season, this 2016 NASCAR Sprint Cup season has been great. Just great racing and 2 great finishes already in the first 4 races. So now it's on to the final race in the West. No! I will in a minute! Oh, God, Mom. She knew I was recording this video, too. And she wants me to feed the dogs. I'll do that after. So now, it's on to the final West Coast Swing race at Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California for the Auto Club 400 next Sunday. And I will be going to that race as well. I will be attending to the Sprint Cup race at Auto Club Speedway. I'll also be there I'll be at Auto Club Speedway for the whole NASCAR weekend. I'll be there on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I'll be there all 3 days and stuff. And I'll definitely record a vlog while I'm there as well. So anyway, Auto Club Speedway, Auto Club 400 next Sunday. You can watch it on NASCAR on Fox. Or, if you're going to the race, you can watch it there. I am definitely going to the race next Sunday, and I will be there. See who will take the checkered flag at Auto Club Speedway next Sunday, and who will top off the West Coast Swing with the win, you know. So anyway, so far Brad Keselowski and Kevin Harvick has won the first 2 West Coast Swing races. Who will be the final winner in the final race of the West Coast Swing? Will it be Brad Keselowski or Kevin Harvick? One of those 2. Or will it be someone different? About to find out next Sunday at Auto Club Speedway for the Auto Club 400. So, exciting ending to the Phoenix race between Harvick and Edwards. But once again, Kevin Harvick wins at Phoenix International Raceway. And for the 8th time at Phoenix as well. So, anyway, that's it for this video. Next Sunday we'll be at Auto Club Speedway for the Auto Club 400. And I will be recording another review after I get home from the track as well. And, like I said, I will be recording a vlog while I'm at the racetrack as well. So, keep an eye out on that next week as well. So, I'm going to have a good time going to this race next Sunday. Hopefully, it'll be a good race. It seems like the past few years, the races at Auto Club Speedway has been good. For the Sprint Cup Series, I should say. So, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. And hopefully, you enjoyed the Phoenix race. Next Sunday, we'll be at Auto Club Speedway. Who will top off finishing the West Coast Swing? Who will get the checkered flag next Sunday at the Auto Club 400 at Auto Club Speedway? About to find out. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed the Phoenix race. I'm Joseph Lombard, aka Interesting4R, and I will see you later.